Welcome everyone to another episode of the world's greatest news and reviews. Today we're going to be doing another news show for you, if John's okay with that.
News.
Throw out a couple of stories that we want to talk about. First up, the Assassin's Creed movie dropped a trailer about a week ago. I was not really excited about this. I played the first couple games, didn't really get super into the franchise. I thought they were good, and I get why people really loved them. Given the long, sad history of comic book movies, or video game movies being terrible, I wasn't expecting much. And then I saw the trailer, and holy shit, now I can't wait for this movie. So, what did you guys think? Because I thought that looked amazing.
I was the same way. I played it a little bit, but the movie looks great. My son, Matt, loved it. Shout out. What's up, Matt? He'd be jealous. But I liked it. I think that I agree with Vic. I think it's going to be a really good movie.
Lots of really good visuals from the games, right?
Yes.
What did you think, Jeremy?
I was a big fan of the Assassin's Creed games. I played all of them, and when I first heard it announced, I thought it was going to be complete shit. But then seeing the trailer, absolutely convinced. I'll go see it now. Definitely.
It still could be complete shit, but I'm actually going to spend money on it now.
But it looks like they could actually pull it off. I did not think they could actually even come close to pulling it off.
No.
But this actually looks like they can.
And Fassbender is the lead. I freaking love Fassbender. Is that what? What'd you say?
Nothing.
He's got his mind in the gutter.
Uh,
Anyways, I didn't even hear that they were going to make a movie of Assassin's Creed. So when I saw the trailer, I was completely surprised. And then when I saw what it looked like, it's like, holy shit! Like it would just, I mean, a lot of things they did in there from the game. Again, just like comic books, to see it on the screen like that was freaking awesome. So,
like the way they would pose and jump. And
yeah,
like
as they're about to jump off the roof of buildings and just seeing the hawk gliding across the city, and you just see it pans and you see the whole city.
And it seems to be a very, very literal, what's the word I'm looking for? Adaptation, pretty much, of the video game.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would go that direct with it.
I can't wait to see some of those fighting scenes in there look badass with the other assassins. So I can't wait to see like some more of that.
And again,
Like the
incorporating
chick with the blades.
Yeah, how they have the blades.
and even shoot slow-mo when they were
Yeah.
diving down.
Jeez.
And the multiple, like, Assassin's fighting is kind of a thing incorporated from the newer games where you could play multiple characters and stuff. So, yeah, I think we're all really excited for that, and we weren't expecting to be. So, alright, a little bit of video game news. In the ever-freaking changing landscape of video games, one thing that tends to hold all the time is they'll do everything they can to make you buy the same game twice. I mean, I owned all the Halos and I bought the Master Chief Collection. He bought Grand Theft Auto 5 twice. In fact, he bought it on Xbox One before he even owned an Xbox One. He was just in preparation. But
Sorry.
Hey, can I borrow that? No.
But so, Batman Return to Arkham is confirmed and dropped a trailer and some graphic comparison. It's going to be available for the PS4 and Xbox One. It's going to come out this July. It's going to retail for $49.99. And it will include Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Asylum and all DLC that was ever released on both games. So, you know, I kind of thought it was just going to be like a quick freaking, slightly better looking, slightly remastered version. But no, it looks like they almost rebuilt the game's engines from the ground up. Like it looks as good as Arkham Knight does, and that's kind of amazing. What did you guys think looking at the little teaser that we saw?
I'll play it again.
Will you pay for it again? Is the question.
I would pay. I think $49 is a little bit high.
It's not full price though, but yeah.
It's not, but I mean,
$39.
I understand they included all the DLC and they probably rebuilt it from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely go buy it if it was around about $30.
So once it drops in price a little bit, you'll buy it again.
Yeah, I'll definitely play it.
John?
I'll go buy it $49.99. I really liked the effects. I mean, like Vic said, it looked like a new game, and the fact that you get all the DLC,
which a lot of which I didn't play,
which I never played either. So I'm excited for that. Which means it'll almost be like having a new game. You know,
it's 2 games, so $49.99 for that and all the DLCs.
For
that
2
is
games.
a really good price.
I agree.
Call of Duty, holy shit, like $70, right?
well, if you want the,
It comes with it. I don't think you have a choice.
No, it comes the like $120 one is the one that comes with the remastered Modern Warfare. That's not available just to purchase.
I can look at it. It's too much. $49.99 is a really good price.
And here's the thing: you're getting 2 games, all the games, but 2 great fucking games,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
genre-defining games. Like the combat in these games, like other action games, I've tried to emulate it and not got it
right.
done right. you know.
And just the graph, like you're saying, like I get kind of geeked out on stuff when I like Grand Theft Auto 5 for me, when I saw all the graphics and all the detail and everything that they put in there. The same thing when we were watching the trailer and you brought out the texture and everything, like all the freaking detail they put into the graphics. Like everybody's saying, it looks like it's been rebuilt like a brand new game. So
that game came out of nowhere too, because look how many decades we've been getting really shitty movie games.
Mhm.
Like, what was it, Superman way back when?
In the 64.
Yeah.
They even made a Superman
Like,
Returns
it's like
game that
the
sucked too.
most terrible game of all time. Like,
What? Superman Returns sucking?
Alright.
Well, there's a long history of really bad Batman video games too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are just really terrible to play.
And then when that was not just decent, but it was actually really, really good. That
it was like a love
surprising.
letter to the fans because there was so much Batman lore in it. It had the cast from the animated series doing the voices, fucking Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the game was just solid. And then like the sequel comes out, Arkham City, and no one expected it to be as good. And in my opinion, it was fucking better. Like it was
the
fantastic.
mechanics of the game were unique and really fluid.
Yeah, and how you can
Yeah.
incorporate the tech while you're fighting and like the gliding and all that. It was very innovative for the time. And still, I haven't played through it in a while, but I bet it still holds up very well.
to be able to fly through Gotham, glide through Gotham, go in different places, and you know, when games came out like that is pretty awesome in general. So for Batman, to have a superhero game, like one of the best superhero games that was put out there, for you to be able to go through the city that you hear so much about, but you know, it was just
Like, and I know this appeared in
awesome.
one of the later games, but to see Calendar Man,
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're deep cuts.
Really?
Man. Yeah,
Like,
they go. There was even I'm a big Batman nerd, and there's a couple in this last game. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, damn,
You'll
it's
look
going
that up.
deep, right?
Well,
No.
do you even remember the names of the old Batman games? I mean, the
Um,
games that came before.
Yeah,
them.
you know the only good one was Batman Begins, the adaptation of the Nolan movie that came out for the Xbox. That wasn't
I don't
bad.
think I ever
Yeah.
actually played that one.
I mean, it wasn't great. It just wasn't bad. But then, yeah, there's just a lot of them. Some were based off the animated series. Some were based off the old movies. I can't remember.
I
names.
never played any of those.
I did.
And
I wanted a Batman game so bad.
well, it's so funny. I did not think I liked that game, and my son Matt, what's up, said he said try this game, Dad, and I didn't want to. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, this game's amazing.
That's what I was gonna say about my son, Elijah. Hello. So he really, with Vic and my son, they like really got me knowing Batman. And when my son, it was the first actual release of a video game I ever went to, was Arkham Asylum, I believe. Yeah. And I took my son. He dressed up like Batman.
Nice.
And he had a blast. He won the costume contest.
That's cool.
He got a guide for the game.
Parenting done right.
So,
Father of the year,
so
dog.
he's telling me about the villains and like the history of stuff, and I'm getting information from him. So I'm like, I'm knowing all this stuff about this character that I liked but didn't really know.
Could
So
have made you like him a lot more.
yeah, and then when he had me actually play the game, I'm like, this is just really fucking
Made
awesome.
you,
So
made you
well-
feel like Batman.
yeah.
Oh,
This-
totally.
This
Oh my
actually
God.
reminds me about my son, Victor. Hello.
Well played.
That's your daddy.
Alright, Poppy. Alright, so do you have something for that, or were you?
No,
just-
no, that was it.
You
That
just
was-
wanted to
I
call
was
you
just
son.
set up and-
I like it.
That's it.
Nicely
So-
done.
So July 26th for $49.99.
Yeah, I think we're gonna all give it our money. Should be noted that Arkham Origins is not included in this bundle. That wasn't made by Rocksteady.
Just the first two.
Yeah, so it'll be just the Rocksteady Arkham games. Alright, so moving on to something that I'm really super excited about, and some people from my generation are. The Power Rangers reboot is coming. And I'm super excited. Huge Power Rangers fan growing up. John wasn't, because he was already an adult when the Power Rangers aired. What am I a dick about? Did I
Oh,
skip you
no.
again?
No, not at all.
Then what?
It's just, you said the whole thing about in
My
my
generation.
generation. Yeah, you didn't think I'd catch that? What am I too old to hear that shit? Fuck knows.
Well, I didn't know you had your hearing aid in my bag.
I did. Surprise.
But yeah, so they released images of what Rita Repulsa, who's played by Elizabeth Banks, is going to look like, as well as the Power Rangers in their new suits. Rita looks nothing like what the old Rita looked like, and that's
Thank
probably
God.
a very good thing.
Oh.
That's a very good thing.
And on that note, like we said before, I am all for going with how things originally were in the source material, but that's one thing where we can take artistic liberties and
That's true.
completely change it.
Yeah.
Let's go
But
on to a new
Elizabeth
thing.
Elizabeth Banks, I think, is a great actress. I think she's
Yeah.
really talented, and I think I don't know exactly how they're going to portray the character because obviously they're going to do their own thing. But I think it was a good choice, and I'm pretty excited.
What is she from?
She was in Pitch Perfect. She's in a bunch of shit. She was one of the acapella announcers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Zach Miri, right?
Yeah, Miri.
Love her.
Yes,
Love her.
So she's super great.
I might put up with it.
Those movies were not Aka awesome. They were Aka awful.
Talk to your girlfriend. You said that.
She even didn't like the second one. She thought it was
she
pretty.
did?
She thought it was
Okay.
pretty rough. But the big thing that a lot of people that's kind of controversial is what the Power Ranger suits actually look like. I don't know what the hell people are expecting. They're not going to do the old spandex because that would look terrible. They're going to make it look like some kind of armor. I think it looks very reminiscent to what the suits that they wore on Pacific Rim when they were in the Jaegers.
Yeah.
Still harkens back to the original Rangers, has the colors. You can see kind of the animal or the dinosaur on the helmet. Like you said, not quite as pronounced.
Right.
I think it looks really good. What do you guys think?
The original suits looked the way they did because the TV show had a budget.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
You know, you got plastic and you got spandex.
Yeah.
Like you can't. You're not going to go and make actual armor. That's what they were trying to go for was
Yeah.
an armor look.
Especially because when
They
it
just
hit
had
him,
the
it would
money
spark
for it.
randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how we don't have a real background.
Yeah.
We're on a budget.
I remember that show too when like the monsters would hit a building and they would hit it and it would be wobbling because it was so clearly like cardboard or something, but yet sparks are shooting out of it. It's like Michael Bay, but just sparks.
It's like the old Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Some guy in a costume running through a cardboard
Yeah.
city.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't a fan of Power Rangers, but I didn't dislike it. I did at one because I used to watch Voltron. For me, Power Rangers was like Voltron to me. I mean, it had the what are they? They're
Megazords.
Megazords, and they had the 5 or 6. How many of them?
Originally 5, and then they would get a new one.
Yeah, and then
every
they
season
form a
get
big
6,
robot,
yeah.
and they destroy big ass monsters and other
Like
robots.
what's not to like about it?
Yeah, so it's so every now and then I would see an episode, and I would watch it, but I wasn't a big fan of it. So to
Yeah.
see it like brought out in the new armor and just kind of the new stuff they can do now, that's going to be kind of interesting. So I am interested in seeing it. So
Pacific Rim made me really want a Power Rangers movie before this got announced that it was happening. Watching the big mechs, the Jaegers throw down with the kaiju, I'm like, this is freaking
Yeah.
Power Rangers. Like,
Yeah.
damn, like let's just call it Power Rangers. John, I know you're not too excited. It's he skipped his generation a little bit. You're not old. You're
Yeah,
just
they
aged.
didn't even have color back then. Whatever. I
no remotes.
definitely remembered watching some of it. I knew the gist of the show. Compared to the original show and now, I think they did a great job with the suits. I mean, even me in my old age can say that. But I honestly think it's probably going to be a decent movie.
I hope so.
And hopefully it will be. I did not know Elizabeth Banks was in there. I like her as an actress. I think she is talented enough to be able to, and if they play her if she's similar to the character, there's a lot of room for some good comic relief in it.
Yes,
So,
she could be quite funny.
yeah.
She's shown that in the Pitch Perfect movies and pretty much everything she's done.
Yep.
If you are a Power Ranger fan and you haven't seen the Power Ranger short film that came out a couple
that
years
was
ago,
bad. Yeah,
you should look that up on YouTube. Very, 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 very violent and adult. Definitely won't be a PG-13 movie, but it was pretty dope. So you should check that out. All right, so moving on, more DC news. So rumor has it, and I think it's actually been officially confirmed, there's going to be a Harley Quinn movie, standalone, but not necessarily just Harley Quinn. It's going to have or focus on female heroes and villains in the Gotham universe. So a lot of people are immediately thinking that we're going to at the very least have Catwoman, Harley, and Poison Ivy because their relationship and their interactions in the comics are really, really cool. It's also rumors that we might get the Birds of Prey, might get some Black Canary in there, or like I love the fact that they're expanding the movie universe more and that they're doing things with the characters that they have the rights to. Also, talk about DC playing catch up with Marvel. This would be a huge jump for them to have an all-female driven ensemble cast superhero movie.
Yeah.
Never been done in the history of movies.
No,
Yep.
not by anybody yet. So
Nope.
I'm super excited for this. What do you guys think? And would you like to see? Who would you like to see in this movie? Pretty much.
So all I need to know is that Margot Robbie is playing Harley Quinn.
Take the money.
Is this something that like Catwoman and the female Robin? What's her name?
Carrie Kelly.
Carrie Kelly. Thank you. Which is that something that they would be in?
Probably not Kira Kelly.
Because it would be more the villain side.
Yeah. Oh, Batgirl is the other one that was said that was
Batgirl,
going to
yeah.
be in it. So I'd be super excited. We got some Marvel.
Well, there's going to
It's not
have
gonna
to
be
be
all
somebody
villains.
going against them,
I was
right?
gonna say it's
It's
gonna
like
be
the women of Gotham.
pretty
Yeah.
much, and we don't know like if it's gonna be an anti-hero story like the Suicide Squad. If it's gonna be, we don't know what the setup's gonna be. All we know is this is kind of where they're going with it so far.
My only thing, though, and if they do that and they can make it work, I'm all for that. But I don't know if I wouldn't want to see if I was going to watch a Harley Quinn movie. I don't know if I'd want to see how her and Joker.
Well, I think we're gonna get a lot of that in
And-
Suicide Squad.
yeah.
It seems like we're getting a lot of flashbacks back when she was Dr. Harley Quinzizzle. You could see them, you see the shots of them together. Is that her name, Quinzizzle?
Quinzizzle for Rizzle.
That's
My
her name.
shizzle.
That's
Though.
all I want to say when you say Quinzizzle. Like,
That's
shizzle.
Quinzel. Shit, Harley Quinzel. What the fuck am I thinking? Harley Quinzizzle.
Quinzizzle.
Being between two black men just
Yeah.
extra
Wow.
wow.
This is his, like, Ebonics juice.
Harley
his great drink.
Quinzel. Harley Quinzizzle. Shizzle.
My nizzle.
That's pretty good.
That's always gonna be her name.
They show her in her doctor outfit fucking having therapy sessions with the Joker, so I think we're going to get a lot of those flashbacks already. I would love to see a good Poison Ivy, personally. Go ahead.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
so if Suicide Squad looks amazing so
Yeah.
far, but it's just a trailer, of course. So if that actually turns out to be really good, then yeah, I want to see this movie.
Mhm.
If it turns out to be shit, I'm not so sure if I really want to see it because it's gonna be assumingly the same people
Or
making
close
it, right?
to it, yeah.
Or at least
I don't know if
the
it's
same-
Ayer, but yeah,
Yeah,
same.
maybe not the exact same crew, but probably a lot of the people. So I don't know.
I just think. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I like how with DC and Marvel, how like their movies are so popular now. They're like, okay, hey, let's do a movie on this person.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do a movie on this person. You know, a solo movie on this person. Like Black Widow. Now she's gonna have a solo movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't in the original schedule that everybody sees. You know,
But they're just
Yeah,
seeing as
so-
somebody's popular, like, why not?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there was actually talks of making another Hulk because Mark Ruffalo as a
Everybody
Hulk,
likes him.
everybody loved him. He was like a huge fan favorite for the event, the first Avengers movie. that
Well,
came out.
plus, just think about it. We're past the point where you have to have an A-list superhero in your movie for it to make any money. You know what I mean? Like, Marvel's done such a good job of taking B and C-listers and making them A-listers.
Oh, wow. Like
DC's
Deadpool,
got-
right?
Well, not Deadpool necessarily, but like Iron Man. Iron Man wasn't that super popular like in the comics.
No,
Now he's
no.
freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
But you have
Good
such a
point.
deep well with these characters. You could just go to it. Like we're getting a fucking Doctor Strange movie. Like,
I'm
how
excited
nuts is
about
that?
that.
And there's rumors now that there's gonna be a Booster Gold movie. Like, are you kidding me? Like, damn, I can't believe that.
Well, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Didn't you say that there's maybe it's a Netflix thing, they're going to touch on the Defenders as
Yeah,
well,
that's what they're
and
doing.
Iron Fist is going to be
Yeah,
one
they're-
of the...
they're shooting that
I'm
right now.
excited
So,
about
the
that,
whole
guys.
the whole schedule for Netflix, they have Daredevil. We've already saw Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, and then once all that, almost like they did with the Avengers, once they all have their like movies, they're going to have the Defenders, also on
That's
Netflix.
being
And now
amazing.
Punisher's been announced as
Yeah,
having
because
his own series.
Because they listen, because they know that
And
people
Moon
love
Knight,
it.
right? Didn't
Moon Knight also.
We've
Well,
heard
they
Moon
were
Knight.
saying that Moon Knight will probably be in the Punisher series,
Oh,
which
that'd be cool.
if he does really well, Moon Knight is badass.
Yeah.
For people that know who Moon Knight is,
Yeah.
maybe we'll do a show on that. Anyway, but if he does well in that, he could possibly have a series. Like I said, they keep expanding stuff. Like people love this character, let's make a movie or a series. So
Mhm.
So if Harley Quinn bombs, they could do a crossover with the Power Rangers.
I'd watch that.
I'm
Power
sorry.
Rangers versus Turtles.
Oh!
Power Rangers would win.
They have Casey Jones.
You just sunk
Fuck
both.
Casey Jones.
They
They even have long
Casey Jones.
hair.
They got
Suck
Casey
both
Jones.
movies, man.
He went and got a haircut. He went and got a haircut.
They could put extensions and made his hair long. Anyway, we're not. That's
Yeah.
that's another.
All right,
story for
guys.
another time.
Thank you for joining us this episode of the World's Greatest Movies and Reviews. If you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Google+, all that stuff. Take it easy, guys. And John?
If you don't know, now you know.
There you go.
All right.
I wasn't even going to say it that fast. Thank you.
Uh,
Done.
Not yet.